Hi, Bill again. So previously we created the record producer, and now let us continue by building the flow, the workflow. So let's go to Flow Designer, and upon navigating, you can find it under Process Automation, and eventually we are still on the correct scope. So let's check it out. So it's building it on the correct scope. So once the flow designer is created, it should also appear here as part of uh, the GAC or the studio or global application creator, right? So right now it really depends on your preference, right? You can do both ways, either in the studio or the flow designer. So let us create a new one, a new flow. So let's say student registration approval. So let's say that in every student registrant, it will require an approval, right? Depending on the information necessary, right? That will allow the decision maker if the registration or the registrant, right, will move forward. So let us click submit. Now upon clicking submit, so let us create a trigger, right? So so the trigger will be anytime a record has been created, right? And of course we need to point that to our student table. So this is just some delay here. So let's do that. So let's type in student, right? So you can see here, student, right? So it will trigger once it is created, right? And now let's call the flow designer, right? So prior to creating this flow, let us save this first. We needed to create roles. So the roles is very important, right? In the approval workflow, because there should be an approval group. So to be able to do that, we need to go to user administration. Let's create a group, right? And on that group, let's create a student register approval group, right? So eventually it's just loading, and while it's loading, let us wait for a few seconds. I'll pause the video until it arrives or loads. Okay, as we resume our recording, let's create a new group. So that new group, let's say student registration approvers, right? So now let's right click and save it so we could stay in the form. And right now, so the roles here is very important, right? So since we'll be accessing the approval widget, meaning the approval widget, later you will see that any approval task will go to the approval widget. And to be able to access that, so you need to have approver user, right? You need to have that role because you are now accessing the platform, right? So the license also is to be able to make sure you have access is the business stakeholder, right? So you have to make sure that you have these roles, right? So I'll let you play around. You could remove one or add one depending, right? And the widget is basically sitting in the portal, right? So all of these are platform features. So you need to have access to the platform, right? So these are techniques, right? So I'll show you that in a bit, right? So also, since you build an application, student records, right, app, you need to provide access to that as well. So any role starts with X underscore, and I think it's this one that we created earlier. Otherwise, you will not be able to view data and information on your app. So we did multiple activities here, or roles and access. Roles and access is very important in ServiceNow. Otherwise, it will end up all over the place, losing confidentiality, right? So it's a matter of like making sure the correct role on each platform feature, right? So this for it will be in a safe place, right? So let's save it, right? So to basically understand about the roles, you need to read documentation and also navigate around in the platform, right? So eventually, you have a group. This is the group, right? And you have a role, and you need to have a group member, a persona, right? So you can create one or add an existing one. So probably I'll choose able. So let's choose able tutor, right? So so basically, already showing you the way. However, as you mature and become a good in ServiceNow, I like you to break it, and as you know how to break it, easily you will also know how to fix it, because you will learn where to look and basically understand how easy the platform basically works. So if you think design wise, feature wise, architectural wise, then everything would be easy, right? So now you have the rule, right? So now we could go back to Flow Designer, and as we basically ask for approval feature, so you need to like drag the record itself, so that dynamically any record which has been created, the student record, right? And it will run an approval. So this works because we inherited from the task table, right? So let's just make it simple. Anyone can approve in the group. So the group is this person here. So we created that group. So all the members of the student registration approval group will basically get or receive a notification, right? So now it's done. Let's basically add the flow logic. So let's say uh, student register approved, right? And we need to hold the record again. So approval states, right? And it is approved, right? So once it is approved, so let us say that what is it going to do, right? If approved, then basically he has to do something, right? And upon doing something, right, so we need to like update the fields. So what fields are we going to update once the approver basically approves, right? So if approved, then do this, right? So that's what we're trying to say. So let's click done, right? So what's the action? So if you open it, let's clean it up a bit, right? Okay, so that we're only having one condition, right? And then we go here and let's call an action. And our action is basically update a record, right? So let's I think there's another um, feature here, action, which is updates. So the search, I think it's quite slow. Let's do that again. Let's do an action. So updates, look up record. So you can send an email if you want to, but I'm not going to do that right now. I'll leave that to you, right? So you could send a notification if it is approved. And it's just loading at the moment. Right, so now, again, we need the record again. And let's say if it's approved. So let's say the state is complete, right? Close complete. So let's just make it simple. Okay, so let's save it, right? And upon save it, you can test it if you want to. I'm not going to at the moment. And right now, let's make it simple. Build a structure. You could add more if needed be. And now I will activate it. Okay, so now it's activated. if you go back to the studio, so let's do a refresh. The flow designer, so it should also be there. So you can see it's also there. So slowly, you're having a better picture, right? So now, let's go back to the student registration and let's clean it up a bit. So let's have a view, right? So let's go to the view of the form and let's configure the layouts. And upon configuring the layouts, right? So we only going to show what is relevant, right? And since we have inherited from the task table, so we're getting all of the best practices already, platform best practices. So I'm just looking for the last name. I think I'm missing it somewhere. Should be somewhere here. The first name and the last name. Right, so I think it's somewhere here. But if it did not save it, right, then we could just recreate it. But it's kind of like, oh, this should be, oh, it's already here. That's why. So I just missed that. So let's bring it up and put the last name below the first name, and let us remove the configuration item because it's not necessary. So let's keep the both informations here. So you could add more fields here as well, if you want to. It will also reflect on the table. And now let's save it, right? And now, before I go to the portal, um, I mean, before showing you a live end-to-end demonstration of what we created, let's go to portals. So what we did basically is when we added um, some roles. So basically, we are adding access to the portal earlier, right? So we have the portal here. So as you can see, it's sitting on a different um, scope, right? And on this scope, basically, you will see it has search capabilities, the one I was talking earlier, right? And from here, it has different pages, right? So these different pages eventually will require roles, right? And that's why we added those feature set, right, to make sure that you have access, right? So let's go to you have the portal and you have the pages, right? So let's go to pages and let's go to approver, right? So I think it's approval. There you go. So approval form, and in the approval form, there should be rules. So this one doesn't have a rule. And and as we navigate down, I think it's this one, if I'm not mistaken. So we're drilling down to the widget view. So you can see there, it will require roles, right, to be able to access. So that's why we added SNC internal, right? So I'll leave that to you to basically drill down more. Right now, um, I'll move to EC demo, right? So we're moving now to the portal EC demo, and let us start doing a student registration, right? And upon doing a student registration, we'll do a search from a portal. So we are impersonating an end user at the moment, right? And let's say, do a student register. and the student register. Now, let us say we have received an email to register ourselves. So as it loads, right? Since we are sitting on top of a category, the service catalog, now it's already behaving like this. So let's request to student register. So now as we uh, dive in, right? And you will see here that let's register Clark Kent, right? And submit, right? And upon submitting, right? So we will see here that we have submitted. And now let us impersonate Able Tutor, who's our approver, right? So let's do that. And as we come in as Able Tutor, right? And the workflow should have kicked in and requested for an approval, right? So this is the approval widget. So let's have a look. Um, so there you go. This is our request. And you will see that this is our student number and request I could add a comment, right? Or drill down more. So let's have a look what's inside if I would like to navigate, right? So let's go back and let's approve it. Okay, so our work is now basically behaving as expected. And before I approve this, right? So let us end the impersonation and go to the student registration. So we should have something there created. So you can see this is the number, right? And the state is currently open, right? And as we impersonate able, the state should change as we approve it because that's the behavior that we have configured, right? So depending on the business rules that on your side, okay, so we could now change the states, right? So let's do that. So let's approve, and upon approving, right, and let's go back into, so let's end impersonation, go back. So there you go. You will see that it has changed the state to close complete. So, so basically, right now we only created um, one role or two roles. Basically, if you go back to the studio, we have four roles. The you have this create, right, and so on. So create, delete, and so on. And however, we have four access controls, but we only created one rule, right? So we only created admin who has all the basically access capabilities, and you could be more granular if needed be, right? And be able to restrict and add more beef to your application. So I hope you enjoyed on this lesson um, on how to create applications. So we created a workflow, a service catalog, right? And you managed to access it over the service portal and create a new app or a new registration. So the holistic app, the structure in the blueprint is created in the studio. I hope you enjoy it. Please like and subscribe and follow for more. Thank you so much.